my name is Sue, and today I'll be doing the Sisterhood of the World Vlogging Awards tag. And this is actually round 2 for me, because I was tagged once before and did a video of it. And now I was tagged again, this time by Adele Waugh. I'll put a link to her channel down below. And there are 10 new questions for it, because every time you're tagged, you create your own set of questions and tag several other people. I will not be doing that at the end of this one, since I've already filmed a video myself, but I'll just be answering the 10 questions. So let's get started. Question number 1, do you have books that bring you special memories? I don't own any of these, but growing up I loved reading like the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys mysteries. They had really great action and adventure and just really, really good mysteries that just kept me glued to the characters, and I really, really loved those. I read Pippi Longstocking by Astrid Lindgren as a kid, and I recently picked up a copy and reread it and just enjoyed the adventures of this kind of free-spirited young girl who lives on her own and believes her father is like living with the pirates, and she's just super strong and adventurous, and kind of gets into different adventures with her neighbors Tommy and Annika. It was just a lot of fun picking that up again. I also recently read Speed Racer, the manga, and this was fun too because as a kid I watched the anime and loved the character. Just really loved Speed Racer, his brother Racer X. Really, really great. Kind of seeing some of the images, looking at the manga, it was pretty funny seeing what this car that he races, the Mach 5, could do, climbing up mountains and things. It was pretty funny. But as a kid, you know, you didn't think of that. It was just super cool, and it was fun picking these up again. Question 2, can you read if there's noise around you? Really depends on how engrossed I am in the book. I have good days and bad days where I can just shut everything out around me and just be focused totally on the book. And there's other days when I just can't. I keep rereading that same sentence over and over again, and finally just got to get up and get out of the room and find a quiet place. Number 3, who would make up your literary family and which fictional world would you live in? I don't know. I was just picturing, for some reason it keeps popping into my head, Ron Weasley's parents would be like really great parents. Not only are they very strong and powerful in their own right, but they raised a great group of kids. In terms of, I would get into like brothers and sisters, but I thought a really cool like aunt uncle. I would pick Thursday Next for an aunt from the Jasper Fforde series of Thursday Next. Very interesting character, a literary agent who could actually travel in between books and into books and think of the places you could visit with her. I think that would be super, super cool. And for an uncle, hello, I want Doctor Who as my uncle. Go journeying around with him through the universe and time and everything. That would be awesome. Which fictional world would you want to live in? Probably the world of Harry Potter, provided that Voldemort isn't around anymore or in power. That would be great. Number 4, favorite bad guy or woman from a book. Speaking of Lord Voldemort, hiding here in the back of the book. Yeah, favorite bad guy ever. Just an amazing character. The whole Horcrux thing and vengeance against Harry and just, oh yeah, just amazing, amazing character. Favorite bad woman from a book. For that, probably with a character most of you won't have ever heard of, but the Chancellor, Madam Chancellor Luca Brezhnev from the Saving Mars series. I have several of them here. These are by Sydney Swanson. I have read the first 4, and I have like 2 more books in the series to read. Just an amazing character. What we have is a world where people are living on Earth, and there are still colonies on Mars, but they've become separated and almost forgotten by most of the Earth population, except for the people in power, like Madam Chancellor. And it's a dystopian world on Earth where they have this practice called rebodying, where sometimes you're put into the body, or like your soul, your essence is put into another person's body. So it's really complicated, but really a super cool concept to this series. But this particular woman is a nasty piece of work. She is hell-bent on destroying Mars and everyone on it, and I was just fascinated by this series. I can't recommend this highly enough. Yeah, Saving Mars series. Then we have, what book-related place would you like to visit in real life? I don't have an answer for this one. What book-related place? I'm assuming it means a non-fictional world. Well, geez, I've, you know, England's in just about a majority of the books I've read, not including, you know, the Thursday Next series. Yeah, we'll pick England. What book made you fall in love with reading? That's a tougher question. There are so many books that that have kind of crossed my path at different times, that kind of got me into different types of reading. A couple from high school particularly. I mean, I already talked about like the Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys mysteries and things like that. I remember reading some Edgar Allan Poe in like really abridged formats in like junior high or early grade school. Fell in love with him at that moment, Telltale Heart. In high school, I read the second book in the Robot series by Isaac Asimov. I read The Naked Sun, which is basically sci-fi and mystery combined. What better combination can you get? Maybe, you know, search out the rest of the series, and fell in love with sci-fi and read tons of sci-fi at that moment, and mysteries as well. Also reading To Kill a Mockingbird, picking up some just amazing adult fiction, and I mean, the writing is just so superb. Yeah, these are just different, like, kind of, you know, books that have crossed my paths that just pulled me in. Even John Green's The Fault in Our Stars. I had never read YA until that moment. I mean, I kind of missed that whole, that wasn't there, that kind of genre or whatever, or group of books when I was a teen. So kind of finding that now and falling back and reading a whole series of books I never would have come across. I don't think I would have found so much of this dystopian literature that I find within the YA grouping that I would have missed if I hadn't come across first The Fault in Our Stars that, like I said, pulled me into YA. Favorite place to read? I'm currently sitting in it. That's the different background here. Usually facing that book, I wouldn't call it a bookcase, but basically my bed. So we're on the bed right now, and there's my reading light right here. Okay. So yeah, that's my favorite place. Nice and comfy, nice and quiet, and a good light. Question 8. How many books do you own approximately? I guess I said approximately because if I had to count them all. I did kind of a preliminary guesstimation, like probably over 500 downstairs and at least 400 or so floating around in here somewhere. Yeah, probably close to 900. We won't talk about how many of those I haven't read yet. Favorite place to buy books? Do you know me? If you watch this channel any length of time, you know who I work for, Barnes & Noble, so that is my favorite place. In terms of also, say, looking for books more on the cheap side, used books, I love used bookshops. I just love exploring through them. You never know what you're going to find in any of those places, so that's always fun. Library sales, but if I'm looking for new books, definitely Barnes & Noble. And the final question, favorite quote from the book. I'll have to pass on that one, because I don't generally seek out quotes or really pay that much attention to specific lines, I think. I tend to see a book as a whole, and I just don't mark out those things too much. Maybe a first sentence, like The Martian, you know, by Andy Weir, that first sentence is the best sentence ever, but in terms of a quote and everything like that, they'll readily come to mind. I don't really have any favorite quotes. So, anyway, that is the Sisterhood of the World Vlogging Awards tag. And I have to look at this because I couldn't say that and not mess that up every single time I try to film this video. First time and this time. So, anyway, I want to thank Adele Law for tagging me again. And had a great bunch of questions here. So, if you guys want to do this tag, you can either answer these same questions or look at my first version and answer my questions. Or do both. Whatever. Consider yourself tagged. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Sisterhood of the World Vlogging. The Sisterhood of the World. I can't say this. Sisterhood of the World Vlogging Awards tag. Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'll be doing the Sisterhood of the World's.